So, hey, good morning, team, and welcome to week one of OS 210. So, this week, I want you to read chapter 1 and chapter 14 of the book. They're short chapters in this book, but we're going to introduce the concept of organizational communications and start thinking globally about our communication plan and why this is important. Because think about it, we're in a global environment now. So you could have a supervisor that works in a different country, and yet that person makes your daily or weekly work schedule, writes your evaluations. Your customers could be globally all over, providing feedback on your performance to you, a human resource team that's in India while you are working in Boston, and you are doing an Excel spreadsheet with logistics that happen to be located in England, France, and Russia. So, yeah, knowing these our cultural differences and our communication styles and having a communication plan is very important. For instance, if you were working with people from the Middle East on a Friday, well, Friday is the Sabbath in the Middle East, just like they might be working on a Sunday because to them that's a normal work day culturally. And you're not coming in on a Sunday, I would imagine, because that's your Sabbath. So, we have these cultural things that we have to think about. How do we share information on a secure network so it doesn't get compromised? How do we share documents so that everybody can work on them in a common language and common acronyms? I'll share a story with you, right? So if the Department of Homeland Security, they have courses just on, pretty much on acronyms. It's called Incident Command Coordinators and Systems. And so, anyways, what happens there if, let's say, during Hurricane Katrina or a hurricane happens, and you have all of these different organizations go to this disaster, including FEMA, Secret Service, Customs and Border Patrol, the U.S. Coast Guard. You have non-government entities, they're called NGOs, non-government organizations like Walmart and Home Depot. And then you have state agencies, you have state police, you have city, municipalities. There has to be a common language. And you know what? There's not. So there are courses just on how to work and understand the language of all of these organizations. And these are organizations within the United States. So, think about it. If there is a flood in Minnesota, who's in charge? Right? Who? Yeah, it's a catastrophe. Is it a state issue? Is it a federal issue? What if it affects just a few counties? What if, no homes are damaged? What if people are displaced? How does the American Red Cross fit in? What can they offer? So this is why communications is important. And so that's just a government aspect because, I work for the government. But it is just as important in civilian organizations. Home Depot, and I'm going to use them as an example, they're global. Yeah, they have suppliers all over the world. How do they communicate when they are having a shortage of lumber or a shortage of, I don't know, kitchen faucets or something like that? So these are things we got to think about. So anywho, this week, you have the discussion board. Like I said, initial discussion board post by Friday at midnight. Then reply to 2-year classmates by Sunday. The question is posted on Blackboard in the weekly units. I will not start a thread. Some people like that when the professor says, here's how I would answer it. I don't like doing that because it steers the conversation. People tend to mirror what the professor wants or the teacher wants, right? And like I said, to me, it's the discussion board is just that. It's a discussion. I want you guys to communicate and to talk like it's a classroom, much like I'm doing now with you. There's a short essay, and yeah. So view the videos. There's a couple of videos online, and do the readings. It's a short reading, and yeah, welcome to class. Call me. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention this in the announcements. If for some reason something happens and you are not going to be participating, in class, or, you're going on vacation for a week or something like that, let me know, right? We can work together, but think of me kind of like your boss. You would not just take a week off. Let me know and we can work things out. Okay? So once again, Dave out. Contact me if you need me for anything, and I'll see you guys online. Good deal.